We've spoken about ellipse too now. We've spoken about ellipse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about this fun part, which is what? Getting your design out of the AutoCAD. Yeah. So let's see this guy. This is what I have on my workspace after dimension. I've worked for like 2 weeks, and this is what I've been able to come up with. This is the plan. So I can decide to select this guy, my dimension. You can see it also comes with vertex points. Everything can also be adjusted. Please don't miss it. Everything can always be adjusted. Can always be what? Be adjusted. Please. So that's that about that. So we have created this dimension, we have created this drawing. Now I want to submit my file, so I want to print this guy out. How do I go about it? All I need to do is what? Go under my layout, default layout. And then under my layout, I always have this default viewport that shows up for me. Right? If that's what I want to use, there's no problem. If I want to delete it, I can delete it, right? If you know how to go about your design is okay for you, you're already very good. You can always do all your adjustments. Even you can make all these template file that we are trying to copy from AutoDesk, right? I can go ahead, create my rectangle from this endpoint to this endpoint, right? Go to my XL, have something from this point to this point. In fact, I don't want this Ctrl Z. Ctrl Z. Let's start this way. I'll go to my rectangle. I want it from this dotted point to this dotted point here. So that's the first line, and then let's go ahead to create our own line command. We are creating our line command. Let's say I need my intersection. Where is it? I need somewhere around here. Why? Intersection has not been working. Do you see that I've been having the same issue with my intersection? Right?
Yeah.
There's something called regen. Can you see regen?
Yeah, regen.
It is known as regenerate. This is when you see that you are doing something that is right sometimes. Sometimes you are doing something that is right. And sometimes it can actually be wrong also. It just works like that. Sometimes you can even have graphics error if we are using a system that is not actually very compatible. So sometimes your straight line, using your line command like this, it can be appearing as if it's broken, right?
Yes.
Your line can be appearing, instead of few line, I'm showing that it's broken. How do you get to correct that? You can use regen for that. When you go to regen, you regenerate, and then it will help you to what? Adjust your design to view. So AutoCAD that regen is very important. So I don't know why it's not working. Let me try it again. This works this time. If it's not working, we'll use something else. Can't continue this way. Or instead, why do I even want to do that? I cannot even do offset. Offset of, let's say, 15. Click on enter. I select this my line here. That's too much, man. 5. Enter. That's too much. Cool. So what I want to do is I want to trim. I don't want this guy. I don't want this guy. I don't want this guy. I definitely want to extend this guy. Extend this guy. Here's what I did. I was working with trim command and I was able to extend. How did I do that? Somebody should just tell me while I continue. How did I do that?
The trim command.
I was using trim command. Do you see that I also extended?
Yes.
How did I do that?
You trim and then it didn't go out. Then you now change.
I didn't go out of the trim command. What I did was I was using my trim command. If I wanted to trim, I go to my trim, right? I wanted to trim this end. I trim this end off, right? And I want to extend. I hold on my shift key. And I go to that S, that's like override for that for trim and extend. That's override for trim and extend. So these things that I have here, I'm trying to create a title block for myself, or this is my project. Are you with me? So I'm not using the Autodesk one, I'm creating one for myself. Right? So that's what is happening here. I can right click again, I need the midpoint of 2 points. I need from this end point here to this end point here. So to get the midpoint for me, and then I'm placing my placing my line. I can even take it even further, escape, and then go ahead to trim, TRI, and do exceeding line that I have here, right? I might actually want more. I want to do more offset here.
Yeah.
I want one more like 0.5 here. I want something around this section here. Yeah, I want one more of that. Yeah, I think that's cool. Probably have to delete the middle one though. So this is what I want. There's still more trimming that needs to be done. I need this. I need to remove this. And then I remove this guy. Are we good to go? So by default, this is, I don't know if this is the standard one that anybody will use, but I just created a design for myself just to use, you understand? So I can go ahead here and then go to my first command that I have on the list, which is on my multi-line text. I'll go to my multi-line text and then create a text window here, right? I'll create a text window here. I can type something like, it's giving something, I want my words, company logo to be here, right?
Yeah.
If that's what you want, you click on company logo. You know, you can always bring image to AutoCAD as well. You can import image, or you can import JPEG into AutoCAD, so you are good to go. So how do I want the text? I definitely want the text to be centered, right? So I can go to my justification. Where's my justification? I want it what? Centered, middle center, right? That's what I want, and then I click on what? Close. And you can see that text here. What I want here is, sometimes you have very small text. You have, let's say, go to our multi-line text again. We have what? Text number, or something like that. Page number, something as small as this, or SN. I don't know. Let's use that SN. I know that serial number. So we always want to use capital X/N, right? We always have to use this guy. So click on close. You know that your XN is usually very small. So I'll go ahead, double click again. I think we're not using the right. I'm not using the right scale for it. I'll come to A and then go ahead to reduce this to even 0.5. No, that's 0.2. 0.2, 0.1, 0.02. Do you get? Currently we have 0.2, right? So that means I have to use something lesser, right? 0.1. Let's try 0.1 first. No change. I want something smaller.
0.02.
So let's use 0.02. Click on enter. That's even as wicked. Let's use something 0.07. I'll be on 9. Let's try 9. That 9 is even too small. What can we use? 0.03. Yes, that's better. I'll click on close. But you see, you understand the concept, right? When you have your SN here, you can also go back to your. You see that now all these tools are tying together all at once. Now you see that you can't but use all of them. So we have this one here. I can even use this endpoint, create another multi-line text, because now I need to enter the serial number, right? And then now I can enter something like LG, Lagos State, LGS 005. I think whatever. So that's that about that. So when I click on this, I click on close. This text is too much. I always want to do my settings. Now there's something also called something like your dialog. Let me help with that. We'll do that now. Oh, let me reduce the size of this one again. We want around what? 0.09 that we did that time. I think that should be cool. So let's close, and then I can select this bad guy here, go towards M for move, or select this node point that I have here, just bring it down a little bit. Yes. What's happening?
Move it forward.
You need to move it downward a little bit, right? Yes. Right? So we have something like that. We always have them. You understand? You can keep filling this space up as much as you want. But you go yourself, if you immediately understand it too, you can always do all these things. Customize your own templates. This is very easy compared to even creating designs. Thinking about how you can solve your design. This one is very, very simple. Right? It's just about creating. Now, after creating whatever that I've created earlier, after creating everything that I've created earlier, so let me try to do something. I don't know if it's going to work. But let me try to do it first. There's no point in trying. There's no failure without trying. I'll go to this PC. I'll go to my pictures. Under my pictures, I want to go into design. That'll be logos rather. Under logos. It's not showing my logos for sure. Right? I'm showing my logos. So I think I have to save my logo as a PDF file for it to be brought into my AutoCAD, right? So we need to check that out, please. You can always check that out. Please check it out. It's something we can do right now, but I don't want our recording to be too long.
Yeah.
I'm sure we are far past 2 hours now. So what do I want to do? I've created this design here. Yeah, right? We all know that what I need is this viewport that is right here, right? So what I can do again is create my rectangle, and then that same point I'm creating my viewport around here. But because my endpoint is on, it will start giving me that error message. Meanwhile, I don't want my endpoint to be on, or midpoint or whatever here. Just want to place at what intersection. Yes, and then I can go to this guy, track upward a little bit, and then place it here instead of directly on that. Or we can even have it directly, though. There's no error in having directly, right, engineer? Having it to fill up this section. Right. So this rectangle that we created here, sorry, we're not supposed to use rectangle, we're supposed to use what? Viewport. Viewport. If I go to my viewport, if you want double, go ahead to use double. If you want single, I'm going to use single here. And then I'm going to create this rectangle. This rectangle is what I'm talking about. Create this rectangle here, on this corner here. And then click on OK. You can see that my drawing is being placed directly automatically. Now I need to adjust the view to make sure that I'm seeing exactly what I want on the workspace. I'll go ahead to zoom extent. When I zoom extent, you can see there's a line on this workspace that I don't need. These things you can purge out, but we won't talk about purge today. So I'll go to File, Z window, select everything that we have here, and that's what we want to see. This is the design that I want to see. Also, I don't want to see my grid. It's annoying sometimes. So I'll double click outside, select my viewport, make sure it's on a layer that I can hide, put it on layer 0, and then turn this guy off.
Can you come again? How you remove that your view?
How did I remove my view? Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Did you get to this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I enter into my design. I'm currently...
You zoom to extend, then you now remove your grid.
Yes, so I zoom, Z, enter, E, enter. That's zoom extent, right? And I zoom out a little bit to place this design exactly at the center. Now, when I'm done, I don't want this grid. So I always, when I'm still on that viewport, though. Can you tell I'm still on the viewport, right?
Yeah.
I'm still seeing my view cube here. So I want to make sure that I go to my status bar here. Can you see my status bar here on the grid mode? I click on this and then it turns it off, right? Even when it's on, sir. Even when it's on, it won't show on your design now. If you print it like that, are you with me? Even when it's on, it won't show on your design. But turning it off will help you to gain clarity of what is about to come off on your paper. So that's why I usually turn it off here. Right? I double click outside, select my viewport, put it under layer 0. Why do I want to do that? Because I want to turn that line off. Right? Good to go. So now you having done your settings and everything, want to take this out on paper. How do we do it? All I will do is go under that same layer that I'm working on. I'll right click. Instead of going to creating new layouts, whatever, yeah, there's something called what? Plot. Can you see plot?
Yes.
I'll go to plot. Now AutoCAD will ask me some series of questions. It will now ask you the page setup. You can set it here. The page setup. Do you have any page setup that you are trying to use? You don't have, right? Do you want to add? No. I'll leave it on default. What do I want to do? I want to change the printer plotter to what? I want to make sure it's DWG to PDF. For you, you might actually want to have it in PDF and then give it to somebody that is going to print for you. Or if you are the one that you have access, on your system you have access to the printer, please select the printer directly. Are you good to go?
Okay.
So you select the printer directly. Yes, can you see DWG to PDF here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we have. You can even save as web PNG. That's picture file. right? But the official way is usually to what? To PDF. Please use PDF. That's the normal way. So now that we selected the PDF, we go under what? Properties. Sorry, did I say properties? Sorry. Do we have anything to do here? Do we have anything to talk about here? Not here. What we need to talk about here is paper size. Notice, please, the first part is what? Page setup. Can you see the page setup? There, everything that we have around here.
Yep.
Now, after that, we have what? Print and plotter is everything that we have around here. Can you see that? Now, yes. The next part is what? Page size. Can you see what we have around here? Now, under my page size, I'm going to go under the type. Can you see everything that we had before in the other design that we were working on? So what do you want to be? We want to be on ISO, and you want to look for what? A4. So this is my A4 here, and I know definitely this should be my what? My landscape design. That's actually the portrait, man. So this ISO 4, I said the other one. Now this is the landscape. Can you see that's landscape design showing on this preview here? Yeah. Fantastic. So now that we have this, we have selected the paper size. We want to go into what? Plot area. Now you want to tell AutoCAD what to do. AutoCAD is telling you that what should I plot out? What do you want to see? What do you want to have plotted out? If you select layout, you are correct. If you go to what? Display, you are correct, because that's going to show everything that is being on display here. If you go to what? Zoom extent, you are correct. Zoom window, you are correct. What do you want to see exactly? Just tell AutoCAD what you want to see. I'll keep it on what? Layout, because I've already adjusted my layout, right? Because I've done all these settings. I've done all these settings already on my layout. What else can I do again? There's something called design scale. Sometimes you are asked to produce your design in a particular scale. How do you do that? All you need to do is what? Now select the scale that you want to work on. But mine is usually 1 by 1, right? 1 to 1, right? So scale line weight. If you want your line weight to also retain 1 to 1, you click on it here. But if there are some line weight in your design that you have adjusted using your layers, you remember that layers, line weight.
Yeah.
So if you still want that line weight to retain its quality, just leave this unchecked. But if you want to what? Scale line weight, that you should scale line weight to this scale that you have here, please check this box here, so that everything will be looking cool and good, right? There are other settings here that I don't want to bore you with. Under this section, we have grayscale, we have monochrome, we have, if you just want it on black and white. There are some times, sir, that you've created different bright layers, right? You've created different bright layers, and you don't want to go through the stress of going to your layer. I told you sometimes that there are some layers that if you don't want them to come out of your print, you can turn them off on the layers panel. Please revisit the layers video if you have to recheck that class. There are some layers that you don't want to come out of your print. You can always turn them off on that layer. So, but sometimes you have all this bright color. Remember, we are on our design on AutoCAD. We always work on a bright workspace, on a dark workspace. So all this bright color are always looking good. But when you come on this paper workspace that you have a bright paper workspace, if you are printing all this yellow on it, you won't see anything.
You don't see.
Yes. So sometimes some people don't even want to make all these adjustments. They just want to close their eyes and make what? Please put this thing on what? Grayscale. Forget. Immediately you set it on what? Grayscale, everything that is coming out, or monochrome, everything that is set coming out here is what? Black and what? White by default. But for my own design, you can see that I have everything checked on the design. So that's that about that. What else do I want to do again? In standard viewport options, there's nothing to emphasize here. Just leave this as what? Normal, right? Just leave this guy as normal. Plot option as well, everything is okay as they are. So if you still know that you want it on portrait on landscape, please check it here and then apply to layout. What do I want to do? I click on what? Okay. Where do I want to save it on? I want to save it on my desktop. If you want to save it on any other folder, I want to call this printout. Should I call it plot? Let's call it printout. Design printout. So that's that about that, and then I click on what? Save.
There's a mistake there. Wait.
What's that?
It's not design. Okay, it's fine. Just S again.
C.
Save it. It's not D.
It's not D.
It's fine.
Can you see? Okay. Can you see what happened here?
Yes,
Can you see what's happening here? This is not what I want. The drawing scale is very small. Look at my big paper and I can't see my design. This is not what I'm trying to achieve, right?
Yeah.
Even on my print preview, you can see what is showing there. This is not what I want, right? So what do I want to do here? I want to always go back. I want to always go back. This is not what I want. I want to just go back to what my plots. What is happening here? What did I not check? What did I not check? Let's check this viewport point here. Let me go to let's create window this time. Is there a scale? Is it the scale? Could it be the scale? I think the scale.
Mine is to 1. That one is to choose.
Okay, what can I make it? What can I make it? 1 by 20. Let me see the preview first. I'm not even seeing anything. It's too big.
Only.
Want to what? What can we use? Please help me out here. What can we use? What scale can we use here?
1 to 10.
This is 1 to 10. Let's see. Can you see it's even smaller?
Yeah.
So definitely.
I think this the bigger the number, the smaller it is. So we use 1 to 1. Then it should be 1 to 0.5.
Can you see now? It's not even very big. That's 100 to 1. So I think there's a lot to be done on that scale. So instead of doing this, there are sometimes you want to what? There are sometimes you want to fit to paper, right? But it's not giving me that access. Can you see the fit to paper here?
Yeah.
So it will always fit your design to paper, and that will only happen when you use what? Zoom extent. When you have your zoom extent, can you see extent here? Type extent and then you click what? Fit to paper. And then you have it here. Let's go to how to layout. Let's go to preview. Let me see what I'm seeing first. Can you see this?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's getting better. We are not there yet, but it's getting better. So these are different things that I get to troubleshoot. Can you see that we have different layout type, but just explore. We have extent, and all this display that you are seeing here. These are all the type of zoom that we have. When you go to zoom window, that means you have to create a window around what you want to see specifically. So if I actually want to create a window, I'll just select this point, and then what? This point here. Automatically, that point is being recorded, and I'll now select what? Fit to paper. If that's what I want. Fit to paper, and then I click on what? Let's go to how to layout, preview this time. Can you see? It's even much more better now, because that's what's using our what zoom window. So all these things, they have their purposes and all. We need to explore. We have used display, we've used extent. Extent is working. Layout according to the scale. That's how layout operates, right? That's what we noticed. According to layouts, that's how according to the scale, that's how layout operates. So I'll go ahead. Since I'm saying that the scale has to be something of, let's use 50 by 100. There's no 50 by 100 here. I'll type 50 myself. 50 here by 1. Right? I'll click on OK. Now don't let me save it. Let me preview first. 50 is even too much. So I can't keep doing this. I can always use. Do you want us to use the scale?
Sorry?
I said we can't keep doing this. Can we put it on 30?
Yeah.
Can't keep doing this. Scale is not working. I always use my window and just move on, because we are getting there. I'm talking about 20 now, right? Do you have 20 here? Let's use 20 now. So depending on the design scale, right, we are always good to go on what we are trying to print out, and see we are getting there. We are still struggling a little bit, but we can see that the bottom line is not showing anymore. But this is just trying to place your design on view. 15. It's not there. If 15 is not working, I'll have to.
Is it because
Could it be? So it's 30 again. I always use my call to action will always be to use your zoom window or use your zoom
Then you
extent.
click to wait. They can with that scale. Then they say fit to paper. Let's say.
Now let's fit to paper. It will always stream to that end. But let's see. Yeah, much better. This is perfect. Right? This is perfect. This is okay. But I'm seeing some empty spaces around.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some empty spaces around. So let me extract this first. I'll go to my desktop. I'll call it PDF file. What did you save it with the other time? You said I click on T instead of
Printer. No, printer. You said yeah. It's S instead of.
S. I click on S. Okay, this is it. I want to replace it this time. Let me click on D. Let me replace it instead. Let's have that same else. So if you ask what you want to replace,
Check.
definitely.
It says moving back to S.
Yes, I want to replace it so that you can now see it on PDF. So you can see we are getting there, but there's a lot more to be done under the configuration.
Yeah.
As to our accounting. So you can go ahead, select this guy, go to our move, enter, place this guy at the center of our workspace, right? So go ahead again, repeat, impute, plot, and then on this section this time, I want to have it on window. Where is the window? This is the window from here to here. Right? Immediately that is done, I want to fit to paper for sure. Let's click on preview again.
It's almost there.
So you can see that I don't think it's precise, right? Let's do this for one of the designs that we have on our AutoCAD. I'll go back to my AutoCAD again. I'll go into start, I'll go into open. I'll open one of the designs I'll go into download this PC. Not even you. I think this guy. Capture data class. Advance. Do we have any design we can use here? Let's talk about layout. We have designs here. Yes, I want this. Can you see this design here?
Yeah.
It's a full stack what? A full building plan. It has all its what? Electrical, its mechanical components. Can you see the mechanical components here?
Yeah, I can
It
see
has
that.
all the architectural components here.
Electrical.
We have a box representing what? Washing machine in the space. Are you getting that? So this is a well-detailed drawing. How do you know a well-detailed drawing? Immediately you don't have to ask the other engineer beside you, what could this be? What could this be? That means the person has done a good job by what? Giving correct annotation on his particular drawing. Can you see that? I think we even have the electrical here, right? Is this electrical that I'm seeing here, or this is something else? This is not electrical, right? This is just slope or road.
It's just the road.
Okay. I just want to confirm what I'm saying. So we have the architectural stuff and then we have mechanical stuff currently going on in this building now. How do we plot this design? We simply go into our what? This guy here. They have created this one already. This guy here. This is the double. Can you see the double viewport? Right? This is another one here. So we want to place the kitchen. Let me see the main drawing here. Let me see the main drawing. Where is the kitchen details? Where is kitchen here? Where is the kitchen? Yes, this is the kitchen here. Can you see the kitchen here? So now what we are trying to do is to create a kitchen detail here. Now we want to place a viewport for what? Kitchen. How do we do that? I click here, go to my what? Viewport. Escape. Viewports. Under my viewport, I'm going to what? Let's go to this guy here. I go to a single. What am I trying to do? I want to create a viewport from here. From here to here. Alright, now this is a drawing, but I don't want the drawing itself. I want to double click inside the drawing and then zoom window for just my kitchen section, right? So I go to what? Zoom, go to what? Window, select from here. I can take it out a little bit just to cover my window and kitchen and all. But this is what I'm going to have on my print. If I have to orientate this the other way, I will do so. So that I can have the zoom window perfectly aligned, right? So I can use this guy around here and I click on OK. I can see my zoom window has been placed correctly, right? Most of the time you do some treatment to your design. If you don't need all this other design in this your view, you can delete them, right? But that's another talk for another time. But this is for window. I can keep zooming in if I want it to be very aligned. I keep adjusting it in, but there's always dimension, so we can leave it the other way instead. There's always dimension attached to your design, right? So, and you always want to show your dimension. So this portrait view is still what I will go for. This portrait view is still what I will go for. So this is what I have, right? If this is what we want, can you see that we have the views, we have the kitchen view, we have all these different views here, right? So this is basically, if this is what we want to plot now, let's say we want to plot the entire design itself. How do we go about that? This is the design. We have already placed it on our viewport. You can see that the viewport has been created here. But this viewport is not hidden. So I'll still go to my viewport. Can you see a viewport was created? So you see that you don't just learn layer, you use layer for your design. Can you see that the stairs, the projection, the grid, the furniture, everything, they are created because they are needed. So you need to create them. They are very, very important. So I don't need this guy. I'll turn it off. But my design is still showing, which is very good. I'll click out. What I want to do now is what? Right click on that view. If you want to plot, what do? Right click on that layout there and then go to what? Plot. And then it's asking you, will notify you multiple so. Can you see the batch plot here?
Yes.
Because AutoCAD has noticed that there are multiple viewports opened. It's asking me that, do you want to batch plot? I'm telling me that I'm going to do a single sheet, which is this one that I have here on my screen. So that's what I want to do. I want to go to there's something called this page setup. Can you see this page setup? We currently have none, right? If I want to add to it, that means whatever, if you want to do your settings once, and you don't want to be doing these settings all over again, you can actually add. You can call it your A4. If not, you're always printing on A3 always in your office, right? A3 always, or A1. You can always have this design here on your workspace, right? Let's go to A3, or let's use A3, and then click on A3 plot settings. Settings. Can you see that when I do that, I click on what? OK on my keyboard. When I click on OK, it sets the name there. That means I have a name, just like you do for your layers. You set the name for your layers and then you set the properties for it. Now let's set the properties. What are we trying to do? We are not doing AutoCAD high quality print. We are not printing directly, right? Let's do our DWG to PDF again, right? So what do we want? We want this to be what? A3. Where is our A3? There's A3 here. So we don't want extend. Let's use our what? Window. And then you know that our window is supposed to what? Cover from what? This point to this point. And then to select that to center our plot. And then you see showing me that if you are seeing this red line, that means that your plot size is shooting over the what? the size of the paper. I can click on fit to paper. Can you see fit to paper now? It's not they are not taking that part off. So I go to what, add, and what, let's preview before we even launch this guy out. And this is exactly what we want.
This is fine.
It's just good to go. So this is how you plot. There's no settings to it. Everything that we have been working on so far is English. DWG to PDF, AutoCAD, select your file. So that's all. We set all these settings. Immediately we're done, we click on OK. We save again to our desktop. Let's call this House Francisco Print. House Design. I'll call this Print. Immediately I'm done, I click on Save. And then it will open up with the PDF. Now I can send this to whoever wants to check through, or whoever is going to be printing it for me. So that's round up my own section on this training with you on AutoCAD basics. Do you have any question?
It will come in due course.
Right now,
So
we're going to just give it a try.
that's
Because I know these things are straightforward, but let's give it a try. Then have anything we actually can revert back.
please feel free. Just let me know on WhatsApp, and then we'll have to always connect and do our thing. So the training never stops. That's all that WhatsApp group. So if you have any errors and all this stuff, right? So thank you for listening. Thank you for being patient with this small boy here. You these big men of engineering stuff. So thank you very much. So
Thank you so much.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm very grateful from my end.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much, sir. I'm grateful to have you as well. All right, let's go ahead and enjoy the weekend now. Let's go and flex and use AutoCAD.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We'll keep in touch.
All right, no problem.
You said you send, please.
I will share everything. I'll make sure I drop it.
More exercise, please.
Yes, I will do that.
More exercise, please.
Yes, I will do that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No problem. You take care of yourself. Enjoy. Cheers.